Okay. Good evening, all. So you could say only Durga. Thanks for joining. So just I can give my small introduction. I am Bhagiraj Raja from Tamil Nadu, Madurai. I have 10 plus years experience in Oracle SQL, PLSQL development, and I worked on multiple MNCs.
ఒకడే ఉన్నాడు ఒకటే చెప్పు
ఏందదా
Yeah.
ఎవరిదా ఎవరిదా
Okay. I am audible, right? Durga, Suresh. Yeah. Durga, I am audible, right? Is my audio is I am audible? You able to hear me? Just can you please give the confirmation? Then yeah, thank you, Durga. Okay, yeah. So that's my small introduction. Around 10 plus years experience in Oracle SQL development. So I am start sharing my experience and my knowledge, SQL and PLSQL knowledge on this session. Okay. That's the idea. Today, just I am going to give the basic overview because so that's what I am going to start. The first thing is why we need SQL. That's the first thing. So actually, in the system, so whatever it may be in the online uh, era, so whatever the data we are producing, it may be any social media or any business transaction, everywhere it's banking, telecom, everywhere, whatever data we are producing, this all data will be stored somewhere, and it will be used for future to improve the business and manage the customers. That's what the main goal is. So to store those all the data, we need database. To this to handle the database, we use the language SQL. So this is a structured query language to manipulate the database. So how to store the data, how to create the objects, and how we can handle the data as per the business needs. That's what it's required, because whatever is the business, so all the business environment, the database is mandatory to store the data. So all database. So just I am going to share about Oracle. So Oracle, in the database, Oracle is the leader. So that's why I am going to share from the Oracle perspective. So the database SQL, the ANSI standards, all database, it can be Microsoft or DB2, any database products, they should follow ANSI standards. So it should follow the ANSI standards to building the SQL. Top of that, they can add their extra features, but they should follow the standards of ANSI. That's what, if you learn one technology, you can work on any database. That's what I can say. So majorly we are going to see today SQL Star Plus. It's Oracle, it's our own features, it's SQL Star Plus and the PLSQL. So just I am going to give the basic SQL and PLSQL. So the to manipulate the database, we use the structure querying language is SQL. So as for that, we are going to see Oracle product related SQL. Okay. Um, so Oracle. So whatever the operation we are doing in the database, we use the structure querying language. There is a standard syntax to handle the database. So these are the basic SQL statement we say. There is a select statement, from clause, where clause, order by, and limit clause. It's a latest versions we have in this. So first we see why this classes. See, if you see um, select statement. So normally whatever data we are getting from the business environment, we will store it in the database like um, tables. Tables, it's rows and columns. We store the data and we do the manipulation. So after storing the data, the table. So to store the table, uh, we need some structure. So okay, first the basic part is in the database tables. So we create the tables and we store those data into tables and we do the manipulation using SQL structure query language. So um, to build the basic table, what are the prerequisites? So first we should identify what are the data types. So example, if there is a front end environment, so example I can take one student form. So example I can show. Um, Let me show that. Hmm. So just I am showing the student form, just a sample student form. So just this is sample student form. So in the college, just we are filling some basic details and they are submitting the button. So once they are submitting the button, this is a front end screen. It's completely developed by some front end team. Java, PHP, HTML, JavaScript, anything. They can develop the front end script, and while doing the submit, they will call the backend objects. To store this detail, they call the backend objects. In that, the PLSQL is the middleware. So as part of this learning PLSQL, so they will call this PLSQL procedure or function with this input parameter details. For example, I am giving this details. Okay, so so just I am sharing this detail and just we will submitting what will happen. It will call the our backend objects. It may be procedure function. It may be PLSQL. It can be anything, any programming language. It's C, C++, anything. But as part of this database course, we are seeing the PLSQL. So they can call this PLSQL procedure or function. Then this will do the business validation. Whatever the business validation we have written the PLSQL in the middleware, then it will do the validation, then it will send it to the uh, DB database in the SQL engine. Okay, that's the middleware PLSQL, and the SQL star plus is the Oracle later one. So then we will store it in the table. So that's what is happening. To build the table, we should know the data types. So we have different types of data types in the Oracle. So these are the data types. Character data type. If the input value is string, name, anything. So it's just I'm showing this one. Name, email ID, or address. This gender. These are all the string values. So the value is a string. We have to declare the character data type. The character data type in the Oracle. We have first data type char. So this data type, it's a fixed length. So whatever the data string data, all records, the if we are storing as a string, we can declare char data type. It's a fixed length. So whatever the size we are declaring in the char data type, so the input value uh, 10 size. So we are going to store the value of 10 byte size. So that time we can declare the data type, and whatever the input we are giving, it will store in the character data type. Any foreign language character we are storing. So some clients, if your project is in the some foreign clients, it may be China, Japanese, they want to store their foreign language. That time we can use nchar. And this here it's there is some padding issue. Whatever the data we are storing, that time it will occupy the fixed length space. So if we declare 10, but we are storing only 4 value also, remaining uh, memory, it will automatically it will occupy and it won't release. So this clear this issue. Oracle came with varchar do data type, it's variable in data type. So if we are declaring 10 but we are storing only 4 size data, remaining memory will be released, it can be used in the further data storage. Okay, so whatever your data storage data type is character, then we can declare any one of this data type to store the character value. So now next one is number data type. Where value is its number, integer value, then we can declare the number, and we can mention the precision and scale also. Precision scale means before decimal how many value we need, after decimal point what are the position we need. So overall it will first precision it will say, so 10, after that what are the decimal points. So we can mention precision scale also in the number data. So if you want to store the number integer value, then you can declare the number data type. Any long or raw data, if your data is size is more, it's GB, the text like patient histories or student history, that's why the data huge data around up to 2 GB, we can store the long data types, the string. And we have date time data type. So the input is date, that we can declare the date data type. So Oracle we have date and timestamp. So date we can store century, year, month, hour, seconds, and timestamp we have milliseconds. Till millisecond we can store the data. So that's what we can declare if you want to store the data in uh, date and timestamp. And if you want to store objects like audio, video, image, so just we declare the memory area, but the complete um, conversion it's happened from the front end. They will share the binary code of this particular value, then we will allocate the just storage area. That's what we can declare the lob data type. Based on this we will create the table. So whenever while designing the table, these things should be taken care. So what are the data type and what are the size, those things we can taken care, and we can create the basic objects of table is, if we are creating the table, this particular table is permanent in the particular DB. So while creating the, this is a basic syntax of table creation: create table, table name, and within the brackets what are the column names and what are the data type value we are getting. Those things we can declare, and we can create the table, and we can use it whatever the input data we are receiving from the front end, and we can store it. That's what we can plan the table. It's anything, any system. Just I am showing the sample of a student form. It can be anything, it can be banking, it can be telecom, it's a retail store, anything. Just whatever data we are having from the front end, those data as per the business validation, if any validation in there, we can do it validation in the PLSQL, and we store it in the tables. Okay? This is a basic small table, sample tables. So first we should identify the data type, what are the data type we are going to get the data, and we based on the data type we can declare the column and data type and the size. Then if we are creating the um, structure, and it will be permanently available, it will be used for storing the data, and whenever it's required we can retrieve the data from there. This is the basic uh, syntax. The common syntax: create table, table name, and within the bracket what are the column name and data type and the width. These are the basic syntax of table creation. Okay, it's the one thing. So okay, so actually there is the two thing we have: DBMS, database management system. It's the basic storage system management, and on top of that, once client requirements start uh, expecting more, then relational database started, because we have to get the data from multiple sources, like multiple tables. That time we can create the relationship in the DB using primary key, foreign key, and we can get the data from multiple tables. So the relational database system started. So majorly we are going to see DBMS or DBMS concept only. So if you are in computer science background, we have the subject DBMS, database management. The core concept is the SQL is a DBMS, from DBMS only. That's what. So first one in the SQL, data retrieval statement, select statement. So from the table, if you want to see any data, first we will use the select uh, statement to fetch the data from the table. So what we do, we will select the data whatever the columns we require, and we will project do the projection to the client. So for this is the this play major role in the data query. So client says I need data from this particular table, so I need this kind of data for reporting. Then we used the select statement to select those columns and produce the result. Okay. um, and it's a data retrieval statements. It used to fetch the data from tables or views. So anything we use the select statement. DDL statement, there is a four DDL statement. First is create. Create, we already saw. Create the table structure. We use create statement. And alter. Already created table. If you want to do any changes, existing update, we want to add new columns, or we have to modify some columns, we use alter. And drop. If you want to remove that particular structure in the database, we use drop. If you want to change the name of the table objects, then we use rename. And truncate. If you want to truncate only the data, not structure, then we use truncate. Truncate, it will keep the structure only, it will remove the data. We use truncate. And DML statement. So once we table structure created using DDL statement, then we use DML statement to populate the tables. The first basic unit is insert. Insert will happen whenever the new records, if we are creating through form, this is the fresh record, so it will start inserting into the table. This is the insert. Using insert statement, we will insert the data. And after inserting data, if you want to do any changes, then we use update statement to do the modification of existing record. If you want to remove those uh, record, any existing record, we use delete. These are the DML statements. These are then TCL statement. This is transaction control language statement. So once the transaction we are doing insert or update or delete, if you want to do the permanent into database, you do the commit to make it permanent. If you want to create one actually, commit is permanent to store the data in permanent. And rollback is, if you don't want to store the data, then we do the rollback. In between, if you want to create one watermark area, then we create the save point. Save point, it's between the commit and rollback, we can create one watermark area. Till that particular layer, we can do the commit or rollback. That's what we use the save point. These are the three transactions language statement. Then DCL. This is the grant and revoke. It's permission. How who are the people going to access the our tables objects? For that, we use produce grants. Grants is privileged to do the. So we are creating some objects. These objects will be displayed. These are the people. So these are the user. Those kind of thing we will use grant to um, grant the permission. And if you don't want to give the permission to the people, it's they have already permission, but we want to remove it, then we use revoke. These are the major statement we do in the as part of database SQL. So SQL activity, we do majorly these are the statement activity only as part of SQL. Okay. So this is the creation. Just we can go one by one. Okay. And if you see the select statement, first select. After select whatever the statement we are giving, here we will be selecting the columns. So example, just for the already I created the table for this demo session. Just let me open the uh, Oracle already installed. I have installed already the Oracle. Just I will show the set. Just I want to show it then. Let me create it. Okay, it's table creator. So this this is the environment. It's the Oracle product. If you are the student for learning, if you want to install Oracle, it's completely free. You can download from Oracle website and you can install it. So it's completely free. You can just go to the Oracle website and search for it. So mostly I preferred 11G because 12C if you install, you should have 8 GB RAM and more memories. So it's um, uh, heavy. So that's what you can go with the 11G. It will be light. So if you have 4 GB RAM machine and around 500 550 GB memory space in some drive, you can install the Oracle and you can start learning it. So just I install the 11G and start teaching for students. So this is the one. Just I created the table in the, just once it's, if we are, if our syntax is proper, then we will get the message table created. Just I created one patient info table. These are the columns and these are the data types I declare and it's created. Just if we want to see the structure, then we have to do this desk, the table name, then it will show the structure, whatever the structure it's created. So only here, only one constraint, it's a constraint we see. Not a constraint, if we declare anything it will show here. Other than not a constraint, we don't see. There is a separate topic constraint, we will see there. Okay, this is the structure of this particular tables. Okay, this is the one. uh, Next one is, okay, so in this, if we write the select statement, select, after select, which column you want to see, the particular thing only. After selection, whatever the column you want to see from the table, then you can uh, paste those column in this. After select statement, you want to see from class, in the from class, from which object, it can be table or view. From which table I want to see, from the patient info. So that's what I can see the from the patient info table. Okay, so that is the second class, from class. First one, select class. Select class, we will be selecting the columns. We got one more operator, projection operator, star. If you mention star, then we will be seeing all the columns from the table. Okay, from the from class, whatever the column the object name you are declaring, it's the table name. Okay, next, var class. If you want, sorry, next, where class, if you want to filter some records, you want to apply some condition, you want this particular record, then you will be adding the filter using where class. Then you can um, add the filter. So I want this in the particular department data, then you can add it in the where class. And order by, you want to see the ascending order or descending order based on the column, in you can use the order by class. This is the basic SQL statement. So select class for selecting column, from class for from which table you want to see, and where class for provide the filter, order by which order you want to see. Limit class is our latest features. So we can limit this many records I want to see. That's what it's called. Okay, this is the basic syntax. Just better I can go with uh, EMP table, employee table. It's a star from EMP. Just I want to see all records from EMP. Just I am doing the okay. Just I am seeing all the records from EMP tables. That's it. So just what I did. So just a star, it will select all columns from the tables. Okay, select class. What are the columns we need? Star means it will be all column. If you want a particular column, then you can mention the column name. After from class, from which object? It can be table or view from the object. So, okay. After that, next one is where class. If you want to see particular records, like I am putting employee number equal to 444. 4444 this record, then it will be adding the filter. Only I want to see the only particular record, then you have to add it in the filter class. It's a bare class. Okay, then another one. So example, it can be any filter. I am going with department number um, 10, 10th department. I want to see the all the data from the 10th department. Okay, it's 10th department. Next class is I shown this order by class. I want to see order by e name descending. So I want to see the e name descending order. So it's a reverse order. So descending order is jet to backwards. It's a descending order. So this is the order by class we use. Okay, these are the basic SQL commands. Okay, select for selecting the column, from class from which table, where class for which filter, order by how which order, limit class it will be for you want to limit the particular records. You want to see only 10 records, 5 records, that time you will be using the limit class. Okay, then filtering. So where class, as part of where class, these are the filters we can use. It's equal to, not equal to.
Where do we have to use the limit plus?
Which one?
Where do we have to use the limit plus down here to select, or where, or
Limit class. Limit class, it will come as an offset. Okay, actually as part of 12c, there is the offset class. Fetch only first 5 rows. That limit class we can use.
Okay.
So it's a 12c features. So I installed 11g, that's why I'm not able to show that. There is the limit class, offset limit class, fetch only first 5 rows. Those kind of limit class we can use. Okay, in the PLSQL also we have the limit class, that is different, but this limit class, it specifically the from the offset. Actually, if you see here, just select star. So just I am giving the row. So row name is a pseudo column. Share from MP. So if you see here, we have 15 records. From 15 record, I want to see only 5 records. So we can fetch the fit the offset, fetch only first 5 rows only. So that is a option we have in the 12c onwards. That's the way we can do the filter. Okay. So for that we can use this limit. Okay, limit class. It's a 12c feature. Yeah. Okay. Then comparison operator. It's where class. These are the comparison operator we can use to filter the data. These are the logical operator. And if we want to satisfy both condition, then we use and. Either or condition we can use or. That a negation we use not. Then in operator, if you want to check the list of values in the where condition, then we use in. Like operator, it's wildcard search. Actually, this operator we used to for example, if you Google, if you type something, then it is like just Oracle. See, if you search whatever the related Oracle related the keyword, it's show everything, right? They those kind of search we can do in the table. So that's a wildcard search, like select star from MP where e name, like just I want to see just one a. So one a. So wherever in the name any one of a character is a, then show those record. That's what we can do the search in the tables. For that we use like operator. Okay, we have different parameters. Just this is a wildcard search. We use this like operator, and between this is the SQL star plus operator. So between the value range value, so like 10 to 100, 10 to 15, this kind of between the range we can use this between operator. These three operators are SQL star plus operators. In, like, and between, these are ANSI standards operators. So any RDBMS database, it can be MySQL Server, DB2, anything. They follow these all standards, ANSI standards operators. If your product is Oracle, then you can use this SQL star plus operator also. And sorting and grouping one. So order by class we saw. So what we do, if we have the if you want to order the data ascending or descending, we can use order by class and ascending or descending. So based on the column, we can do the ascending or descending. Group by class, what we do, we can group group of values, and each group we can give the particular single record, single output. We will process group of rows, and we will give the result each group one value. Example, if you see, if it is employee table from EMP, if you see, we have three kind of department 10, 20, and 30. We can group based on the department. So what it will give, it will give 10th department one row, and 30th department one row, and 20th department row. So based on the grouping we can do. So example, if we see, like select SAL department number from EMP, group by department number. So there is a granularity mismatch. Okay, so whenever we are grouping the column, so the other column should be aggregator column, aggregator value. So aggregate function we should use, aggregate function like minimum, maximum, count, those kind of aggregated value only we should use, because what we are grouping with department, right? So that time what will do, each group it will give one value, but the salary, if it's for individual, then it will be mismatched with granularity. That's why whenever we are using grouping, the other columns in the select list should be grouped column or aggregated with aggregated function. So for that, what I can do, just based on the group, just I am doing the sum. So based on the group, I am doing the sum of salary based on the departments.
So we can use only one column near to that group A column.
Where
You have used sum and salary column, comma department number. No, we can use only one column nearby to the department number. Here we are taking department number as the main thing.
Yeah.
So next to that we can add only one column.
No, we can use multi-column, but those column also should be in the group, or it should be aggregated column. That's what we have to do. So example, if we can add multiple columns, if you see, if we see ename, if we are adding enames, okay, ename, but grouping, what happened? It's it should be also grouped, because what Oracle do, whenever we are applying group by operation, it will process the particular group. So what it happened, so department wise it's grouping. So 10, 20, 30, this is three departments. So if we are doing sum, so each department we will get the sum value, but the e name is 14, because in the table we have 14 records. So this one also we should add in the grouping, or else it should be aggregated column. It can be sum or max or min, those aggregated columns.
If we are taking minimum value, in the sense we can add e name, no?
Yeah, we can add, but if you add it will take the ANSI that ASCII code value, and it will convert, and it will see. That's what.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what. So it depends on the requirement we use it, but the aggregated function is sum, minimum, maximum, count, average, and variance. These are the aggregate function we use. Okay, whenever we are using grouping, the other column also, whatever other than the group column, remaining column should be we should use in the group clause, or it should be with aggregate function. That's what it should be, or else we will be getting the granularity mismatch issue. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a group by class. So but once grouping is done, to filter the data, group the data, we can't filter using var class. To group the data, to filter it, we use having class. So example, if here we have, so if in this data, so normally normal columns we can use var class to filter it, but if you use the aggregate column, we can't do the filter in the var class. Example, here I am saying greater than 8750 system engine, but it will not allow. So var class group by function is not allowed. So whenever we are doing filter on the grouped column or aggregated column, then it should be having class. So we use having class to filter the aggregated values. So just group by, then we use having class to filter the aggregated value. So we are filtering. So first we grouped, then the sum of salary is greater than 8750, then we want to see the data. So that's what we can do, aggregate data grouping. Okay, for aggregate data we use having class to filter it. Okay, there's a having class. Okay, this is the sorting we use. Next, joins. It's it's fetching the data from 2 or more tables. Okay, the join principle is common data principle. If you want to fetch the data from 2 or more tables, then we use join. If the both table having the same data in the column, then we use inner join to fetch the data from 2 different sources. Example, if like table A and B, in the table A one column and B columm, it's in the particular column we have has same data. Then we can use join and we can fetch the data from both tables. Whatever column data record, we can use both table. It use the common data principle to fetch the data. It's inner join. Sometimes we have data in the only table A, but we don't have same kind of data in the table B. The time we want to see all data from the table A, then we go for left outer join. So if so, example, like if he sees select start from EMP. So if you see here department number column we have, and I am just showing DPT. This is a 2 table. So if you here this table department number and this table we have department number, both table the department number value is matching. So based on this column we can fetch the data from these 2 tables. So based on this column department data from EMP table and department number from the DPT table, if matching, fetch the data for this column and this column from DPT. That's what we can write the query. So example, like select e dot okay, e dot e name. I am selecting just e dot sal comma d dot d name comma d dot location from EMP. Just I am giving alternate name. It's alias name Oracle we say. So just EMP we are giving alternate name E TFT T, and where condition we can write join condition. E dot department number equal to D dot department number. If EMP table and department table this value is matching, then we get the data. That's what we are doing. This is the join, inner join we say. So in the both table, if this value is matching, then you get the data. That is the inner join. So this data, it's not coming from one table, we are fetching from two table data. This t name and location from dpt table, and this data from the emp table. Then this is the condition we using. This is a join condition. This one we say inner join. Okay, inner join or eq join we say. Okay, what is this is a inner join. Okay, next is left outer join. Actually what we need, actually in the 40th department operations, we don't have data for here 40th department, but we want to see 40 operations also. What we can do, just uh, in this table, just if we give the plus symbol, what Oracle do, if you want to see all data from dpt d dot department d table, d mean department table, we want to see data. So opposite table, if you add plus, this is the outer join in the Oracle. So it will add null and it will get the all data from dpt. So whenever we need data from some table, all data, if data not matching also we need data, then we go for outer join. The wherever the plus symbol we are giving, opposite table all data we will get. So like if you see here in the operation and portion, we don't have the data in the emp table, still we are adding null and we are getting this join, this outer join. So it's left side we are giving plus symbol and left outer join. If you want all data from emp, so if data is not matching from dpt, then we will give the plus symbol here, then we will get all data from emp. There's a right outer join. So based on the plus symbol it will go. So if you want all data from emp, if matching or not matching also we should give all data. Then it if non-matching record, just add null and get the all data from emp. That's what it will go. It's a right outer join. Using plus symbol we go. So okay, this is the outer join, left outer join, right outer join. If you want, so so this is a full outer join. So Oracle we have left outer, right outer, then the full outer. ANSI standards, there is a keyword full outer. Let me try here. Okay, you can add this. ANSI standard, we use full outer join to get the both all data from the both table. Sorry, it's a plus symbol. Okay, yes. So there is a ANSI join, full outer join. That time we can fetch the data from both table, the data. So there are full outer join. There is a three: inner, right, left, right, full outer join. So if you want all data from both table, if matching or not matching also, then we go with full outer join.
For full outer join, you are adding plus to the right side.
Yes, but Oracle, this full outer join we can't achieve from this way. We have to write it in the different way. Okay, the better way is but ANSI standards we can write the query to get the full outer join. MP full outer join. This AND keyword we use. So this is a full outer join. What happen from the both table, if matching record and non-matching record also it will come. That's what it will happen. Full outer join. Okay, this is there's just the syntax slightly different. Just we use the keyword full outer join from the both table on which column. That's what it's happening. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Next. Okay. Subqueries. Subqueries, it's multi-part answering the questions. So okay, using same query we can give the answer for multiple questions. Okay, we write the subqueries three different way. Nested subquery, if the query we are writing in the var class. So example, select star from cell equal to, just if you are writing some select max cell from P. So first we will write the inner queries. It's a soft coding mechanism. We say, okay, this is the nested subquery. First, what we are identifying the maximum salary from the employee table. If it's match equal to the outer query, first it will execute and it will get the result. In this value, it will apply the filter and it will fetch the data from the outer query. This way, the communication happen from inner query and outer query. This is the subquery we say. If it's in the var class, then it's nested subquery. If the subquery in the from class, then it's inline view we say. If the subquery in the select statement, it will say subselect. These are the three different way, and I can say it's we have more concept we have in the this particular area. Correlated subquery, it's a different subquery. There is a communication between outer query and inner query. It happen, then the final result will happen, come. So there is a different variety of subqueries. Just we can give the overview. It contain multiple queries. So first it will run the inner query. The inner query result will be passed to outer query. Then the output we will see. That's what it will happen. So subquery. It's basically we say it's multi-part answering the questions. Always it will give the better performance, and we are always comparing with the real-time data. So it's a soft coding standards we say. Okay, that's what we can say the subqueries. And these are the aggregate functions. So while explaining group by class, I said these are the aggregate function, count, sum, average, minimum. So these are the directly we can use these functions. So select sum of cell, max of cell, count of cell. So number of count. So aggregated value. So it will process the group of rows and it will return single result for one group. So if we are not applying group by class, overall table it will consider as one group and it will give the result for the aggregation. Okay, that's what. So total salary 14 salary we have. Overall the average in the table this one, maximum salary this, the sum salary is this. Okay, and that's the way minimum also. So this is the aggregate function you can directly use. And create table we saw, and data types we saw, and primary key there is a constraint. If you want to the particular column with mandatory with not null, we can declare the primary key constraint. Then it will not allow null value and it should be unique. Then we can declare the primary key. And foreign key, if you want to build the relation child parents, child parent, then we use foreign key. Alter table we use, if you already exists table, if you want to do any changes, then we use alter table statement to modify it. If you want to add some new columns, then we use using adding column. We use adding alter table syntax. We use these are the changes. If you want to add new columns or we want to modify some data type, I think we use modify, or we want to remove, then we use dropping. So these are the alter table statements we use. Okay, and delete, if you want to remove the data, we use delete. We can use the var class to filter. If you want to delete particular record, truncate, it will remove the overall all data. So example, if you see like select star from emp. So from EMP. So if delete from EMP, we can use where class to delete particular record, like where department number equal to 10. So 5 records deleted, we are removing. If you see, delete select star from EMP, so only 10 records, 5 records deleted. So there is a commit and rollback. So as we discussed this statement, so this statement commit or rollback, if you do commit, it's permanently removed. If you use rollback, it will be revised. So the changes, whatever the delete happen, it's not committed permanently, so just to be revised. So is the okay, it's rollback. So again, commit or rollback depends on the requirement we do. Okay, if you use truncate, complete data will be removed. There is no rollback segment area in the truncate. Permanently data lost, we can't recover. That's what it happened. So truncate, we can't use any filter class. Complete data will be lost, only structure will be there. Okay, that's what you. So these are the things. Okay, just I want to give this basic overview about SQL. So this any database product, these are the basic. Okay, SQL, why we need SQL to manipulate database, these are the SQL we need. That's what I want to share. Yes, and if you are strong in SQL, there is a multiple opportunities, job opportunities, not only SQL developer. If you want to do, if you want to look for job in any testing, SQL testing, database testing, or if you are looking for job in the data analytics, there is more opportunities if you know SQL. So this is a evergreen skill set. If you would like to learn it properly, it's give complete different experience. And if you learn the SQL, and top of the SQL, if you learn PLSQL, there is a programming language extent of that, then you can get very good opportunity in the industry. Minimum pay package 6 lakhs. That's what I can say. So much opportunities. You can start learning. You can search in YouTube multiple videos. Just I am giving the overview. That's what. This is the just my overview session about SQL, basic SQL. So any question you can ask, Durga.
Thanks for the overview you have given.
Okay.
So it was quite fast. A few things I couldn't follow properly due to connection issue.
It's recorded. I
Whatever.
will share the recording.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I just want to particularly enter into Oracle SQL, means Oracle technical.
Okay.
So I'm learning. I have seen few your YouTube's video also.
Okay.
So can you suggest, is there any website which would be good to learn SQL and PL skill?
You can go with Udemy site. Okay.
Udemy.
site.
Okay.
Udemy, you can
Okay.
do it. And PLSQL tutorials, you can.
Okay.
PLSQL
Okay.
PLSQL
Okay. So will there be, where can I practice this?
Yeah. So actually, there is a, I show, right? There's a Oracle SQL Star Plus. Okay. If you want, you can ping me individually. I can share the software drive link. You can download
Okay.
and you can install it. But in my YouTube channel, I gave the explanation.
You have YouTube channel also.
Yeah, but
okay.
It's in Tamil. So
no problem. I'm a Tamil.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
And here I gave the instruction. You can you can ping me. I will share the.
Yeah, sure. Morning, I'll ping you.
Yeah. Sure.
Please send me the details.
Yeah. You can download and you can start connect.
Okay.
Channel. Yeah, this is my YouTube channel. You can
Okay.
see here. I have all videos. It's in Tamil.
Okay. So you have explained both SQL and data SQL.
Yes, SQL and performance tuning also. I have some content and SQL and Oracle is Unix
Okay.
basic and Python also. I have. You can go through this complete playlist.
Okay.
You can follow my Facebook page also.
Sure.
Page. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go through. You can ping me anytime.
Okay.
I will respond back whenever I free. I will respond
Okay.
back. Yeah, it's good to learn. There is so more opportunities. So if you
Yeah.
learn SQL and PLSQL, you will get
Yeah,
good
I'm trying
packages.
to learn.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining. Any other
Yeah.
questions?
So far nothing. I'll get so many doubts whenever I practice something.
Okay. Yeah.
So that time I'll ping you.
Sure. Let me
Um,
close the recording.